Hello, welcome back to another episode of BlackPink Leader.
Hello, everybody. Hope you have a great week.
Yeah.
And today we are having this topic: how leaders make great decisions.
Oh,
I'm not sure who
oh,
came up with this thing that leaders always make great decisions.
you just have to make a lot of wrong and then make it right. I'm kidding.
Then it becomes great, is it? I'm like, oh, who on earth thinks that I always make great decisions? I'm like,
Yeah.
ready.
So let's book definition of what for you is great decision mean.
Great decisions. I'm okay because I will just have to say one thing. One of the key things that when I'm in a business, the basic fundamental would be the principle would be I must make an impact to people's lives.
Mm.
That's the reason why during the first 10 years of my career, I actually touched on adult education because I realized that education is the thing that can change people's life, right? Like, for example, from someone who was, let's say, poor to become wealthy, education is really important to be educated. So that's
Yeah.
what I love. Then the second half of the second part of my career, the part two, is where I teach people about creating wealth. And I love it using my education background. I teach people how to create wealth, manage their finances, invest, and things like that. Then now, the third part of me, how I impact life, is I look at people how to manage their health. And right now, I'm going through a program by Harvard Medical, which is on lifestyle medicine. So maybe to some of you, what do you mean? Medicine is medicine? No, it's about the lifestyle. Actually, when we are able to take care of our lifestyle, okay, that is the best medicine to help us to heal a lot of things like the chronic diseases,
Yeah.
right? So this is the part when we talk about great decision. When I have a great decision, it means I have impacted someone's life. And that
Yeah.
one, to me, would be the great decision. Yeah. How about you, Ning?
Okay, so for me, great decision is when the decision you make add value to your life and add value to other and create the world in the environment that we can win-win, right? And I know it sound very cliche when you say win-win because it's very hard
Yes.
to do, but it's
Yes.
always been in my heart that I
Yes.
hope the world can be a better place in that
Yeah.
sense, right?
Yes.
Even yeah, you will deal every day with people don't see in that way. It's all about
Mm.
myself, but
Yeah.
I still want to change that. I mean,
Yes.
it's very naive for me to say that at this age, but I think it's just God create me this way. I still always have hope in human, and I
Yeah.
always have hope in, and I think this also keep me motivated to continue do like Pauline say, education. If you
Yes.
don't have hope in human, you cannot
Yeah.
do education.
Precisely.
Yeah,
I think that's the key thing. Why we are leaders. I've seen or heard somebody saying this. I can't remember who was the one who tell me this. Hopes and fear don't come together.
mm,
All right. So it's either we can live in fear
mm,
or we live in hope.
yeah,
And I think that's where the difference lies in people who are really leaders and not leaders. Now,
yeah,
people who are victims live in fear. Every day scared of this, scared of that, always live in scarcity, afraid of this, afraid of that. But I think me, we are people who live in what we call hope.
yeah,
Yeah. That means we know that there's actually a hope in this world. That's why we educate people. We
yeah,
see the goodness in people, right? And but it doesn't mean we think we are so naive to think that the world is perfect. Okay, please don't take it
yeah,
to the extreme. You think that, oh yeah, Pauline thinking that wow, everybody can be helped. No. Okay. Yeah, we kind of like know who are the ones we can help, whom we can impact, and who are the ones we realize that, I'm sorry, we know that we cannot change people. I always say one thing: I can impact people's life, but I can't change a person. It's that
yeah,
person who wants to change, and that's where I come in. I'm able to impact and help in the transformation of the person. Yeah, I think that's the basis that we are looking for. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So
So,
so now we go to the, then how do you make that great decision, Pauline?
so how do I make great decisions? Well, first of all, I would say when I make any decisions, first it has got to do with, of course, the objective in mind. What do we want to get out of this? It must be very clear. Now, in order to make a decision, okay, there must be a clear outcome, clear objective, okay, and clarity is the key. Now, I
Mm,
realize a lot of people can't make decision is because they have no clarity, right? So first of all, we need to have clarity about this. So what exactly do we want out of this, right? Second, take responsibility. Why a lot of people cannot make, I won't say even great decisions, but decision is because people, a lot of people, I start to realize, don't want to make decision is because they do not want to take the responsibility that comes out with that decision.
mm,
Yeah. So it is painful, I understand. Because, for example, they will always say, oh, leaders, you make the decision. Why? Because when leaders make the decision, who takes the responsibility? The leader. So if it's a wrong decision, who takes the responsibility? The leader, right? So this puts it to the point that, yes, I know we need to make the decision, and anyone who makes the decision must take the responsibility of what happens to the outcome of the decision.
yeah,
So this is where I realize I need to, once I have that clarity, I'm able to take the responsibility. I will know what to do. Okay. Because the rest of it would be then, of course, you can do the very standard stuff. We do, like, for example, the cons, what do you call that? The benefits versus the cons, the pros and cons, then we weigh the decision, and then we see the different alternatives, and we have the different scenario planning, things like that. So these are the standard thing when you learn in any course, the structural stuff about decision making. Okay. But the key fundamental, I would say, definitely is, as long as you have clear outcome, you have the clarity of the goal, and then you take personal responsibility. The rest of the things you can Google, or you can use the chat GPT to check, okay, how to make a decision. I think the pros and cons, the how you weigh the benefits, everything, all the standard stuff will just come in. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So how about you, Ni?
Wow, I think in my life, rarely I have a chance to make a decision by thinking deep and long. Most of the time is urgently make decision.
Mm,
Like some situation, like in classroom, something last minute that change or happen, then you have to
mm,
make a decision in a second, right? So
mm,
if talk about decision, we have to separate two type for me. One is a emergency decision and the
mm.
long term decision for the business.
Yeah.
The plan can change, but the goal cannot be changed. So that's for
Yes.
me. The rule that I have. It's mean
Mm,
like I take a taxi from A to B, the direction may change. Here
mm.
got traffic jam, here got a car accident, let's take another road. That's the core
Mm.
plan, can
Yes.
change. But the
Yeah.
goal that I need to go there is cannot be changed. And that's make
Precisely.
easier for make a decision in a term of, is it decision will affect my goal, or this decision right now is emergency that my business requirement as a leader I have to make it continue going on. Because if I stuck here and I wait here, I may not bring my whole organization to the destination of the location I needed, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just had this conversation last week with my mentor, right? When he was sharing about, he and his old age, and he would say, one day when you grow old like me, and then you make certain decision in the
Mm.
past that is not great at that moment, and only at your age, like 20 years down the road, then people realize that it's great decision. Okay. And then I would think very hard for a week. I say, I think I get what he's mean. Like, look at Uncle Lee. Singapore is an example, right? Uncle Lee make a decision that 50 years, 59 years ago, people think he nut, right? And crazy. And they would never think he make that as great decision. Tell
Wait,
me about
which decision are you talking about, Uncle Lee? Is it for Singapore to be independent?
Yeah, yeah. I mean everything like decision like, oh, F you, you don't take me, I will make my own country. You know, that's a very brave kind
No,
of
you
bold.
know. Okay, the history is like that. To share with you, the history is we got kicked out. It's not
Yes,
Uncle Lee
correct.
who
We got
wanted.
you guys got kicked out, but the end he got kicked out, and he based on that kick out, he make a next great decision.
Yeah.
Like correct, like it. Oh,
No, I
okay,
think
I will put it this way. Like if that's time he get kicked out, he may go to other country and say I want to join you, what? But he don't. You see, he say F you. I that's how I feel. I like wow. He like just F you. I do my
wow,
own.
we're not here to be historians, just in case some
Yeah,
of
yeah,
you
yeah,
are
yeah, yeah. No, just give
very
me
sympathetic.
example. For me, it's like many years later, people think his idea is great, right?
Yes, it
But
is.
at that
Everybody
moment,
knows.
is
Yeah.
that that's the one is not. So I'm talking about that's how I feel leader is, right? I have when I
Yeah.
start what I doing. Oh, I'll tell you funny story that I think Pauline don't know this. So I didn't know Pauline don't even know that I start my YouTube channel when the time that I'm still learning all this.
Oh.
So the time I still walk around in the classroom, every classroom I go, right? I was like, oh, can you subscribe my YouTube channel? And I have zero video there. I just have an account. And I asked Singaporeans
Oh.
subscribe. Can you imagine that? And I really asked them to subscribe. And they're like, oh, so what your channel is about? And I still remember that feeling of walk around and ask for the first 100 subscriber and you have zero video yet because you just want to commit to yourself that I'm going to post something today, tonight.
Wow.
So I start the channel and I
Mm.
have zero Vietnamese support me.
Yes.
So at that time I start, am I think that is a great decision? I don't. I just do it because I'm like, something inside me tell me I need to start YouTube channel. I want to share with people the knowledge I know.
Mm.
And I want to share with people what I'm doing and I want to help other Vietnamese. That's it. That's
Okay.
3 line in my head. It make me walk around in classroom like an idiot and ask my Singaporean friend to
Mm.
subscribe my channel, right? And when I have a first 1,000 subscriber, it take me 2 years. Two
Wow.
years to have a first 1,000 subscriber. So that's
Mm.
900 subscriber. It take me 2 years of do video every day nonstop. Every day I
Wow.
post one video of just my phone, just like this, post. Like this, post.
So also,
So
what do
I
you
have,
post? I'm very curious. You post anything that you want to say?
yes, every day I will tell myself, what have I learned today? One thing that I share. I want to share with
Okay.
people.
So your focus is what is the one thing I learned today? So every day you
Yes,
post that one thing at least. Okay.
correct. Yeah.
See,
In
it's just a
Vietnamese.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So is that great decision at the time? I don't think so. Because I don't know what is great decision at the time. I just based on my decision of I want to make YouTube channel to help Vietnamese
Mm.
people.
Yeah.
What can I help them? Right? Okay,
Mm.
let's share one day what I have learned. Right. And then I do that. And then I
Mm.
got 1,000. And in the past, YouTube very difficult to live stream. Now you can live stream even you less subscriber.
Mm.
But in the past, you need to hit 1,000 subscriber, then you can start live stream. It
I
means you
see.
cannot live stream. You only can
Yeah.
post video. It means I cannot interact with my audience. At the moment I have first 1,000 subscriber, that's my first live stream. And
Ah.
I think until live stream number 10, my video viral. And it take me a week from 10,000 subscriber to 100,000 subscriber. 1 week. So
Wow.
why I give that example is you may take 2 years to have 1,000 subscriber, but you only can take 1 week to be 100,000
Yes.
subscriber.
I mean, this is the
So
key thing. Okay. So me actually did what I was saying first, the goal, the clarity of
yeah, the
goal.
goal.
She's very clear. She
Yeah,
only has one goal. That one goal is I want to make sure that I can help Vietnamese. Yeah.
yeah,
And I want them to learn something. And I've gone for
yeah,
so many courses. I'm
yeah,
able to share with them what is in here in Singapore. And I share it
yeah,
with them. Okay. Because
yeah.
I can get in touch with so many experts over here. And this is what I
Yes.
want to do. So I think the clarity is very clear. First. Second,
Yeah,
personal responsibility. Right? This is what Nee is doing what? Right? So
yeah,
he does it not for 1 day, 2 days, 2 months, but for 2 years, even 2 years from 100 then to 1,000, never know when it's going to end. She still take the personal responsibility to continue to make sure that it works. Fine
yeah,
tuning, I believe NhiLe will fine tune every time. How do
Yes,
you do it
every video
better?
is better than the last video. That's
Yeah.
why I realize
Yeah. So this
people,
is
people
the
people don't see it, but it actually, for example, when you just do video, you cut your half head, your neck or whatever, or like you only hear you talking, then people only see here. I say, oh, okay, you need far a little bit, and then the background a little bit weird. So I correction every video.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So that's why I love, I really enjoy the time that we in this world. You know what's
yeah,
the best thing that came out over the past few years? Many people may not think that it is, but I will say it's COVID.
yeah.
COVID was the best thing that came out over the past 10 years.
Oh, me
Why?
too.
It
Now I think,
actually, yeah, because that gives us something, a wake up call for a lot of things.
mm,
First, in terms of how we live our life, in terms of treasuring people around us, and we start to realize that things may just come to a halt like that. We also know that leaders, COVID, who makes the great decisions? I tell you, the leaders also do not know how to make decisions during that time.
that's so true. That's so true. Oh my god.
How
It's a
you think?
mess. It's a mess on top, right? Oh,
Yeah. I was like, okay, so there are different levels of people making decisions. First,
yeah,
the great leaders who are the political leaders,
yeah,
they also do not know what to do. I believe I'm not sure about the rest of the other countries, but I definitely know the situation, the political leaders in the leaders in Singapore. I tell her they were so stressed. Everyone will be stressed because this is a country and we have to be locked down. And poor Singapore, we don't have our own natural resources. We have no food, we have no plantation. If it's were to be closed, I think Vietnamese, you can still plant your own food. Singapore, we have no food.
yeah,
We don't have enough water.
yeah. And I
So
don't
what
even
are we?
understand the time they buy stuff like toilet and rice, and I
Yeah,
like,
toilet
put
paper,
in
yeah.
war. Why? Like people panic and do shit
Yes.
thing that the government have to deal with. I'm like, what the heck is going on with people? Why you buy so much toilet roll for what? You only have one butt.
And even if my home run out of toilet paper, if I stay at home, hello, there are ways to wash my butt, right? To clean my butt.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So never mind. But it's just so weird that things like that happen. So as leaders, can you imagine what kind of decisions do they make? Have they made a lot of mistakes? The answer is yes.
yeah,
Definitely. Okay. So over here as citizens, can we blame the government? Of course we can. It's so easy to blame the government to say, why did you do this? Why did you do that? How come you did this thing and it caused me to lose this, lose that, whatever? But I must say, at a point of time, really, the leaders, I'm very proud of my own country leaders. They make really great decisions, even
yeah,
though they have made mistakes along the way. But I think really that kind of mistakes is necessary because
yeah,
we do not know any better. All right.
yep,
They are no God as well. This is the first time that I face COVID. This is also the first time they face COVID, right? That the
yeah,
whole world kind of like lockdown. This is the first time they also face the world kind of like lockdown. What is going to be done? They don't have any SOPs before. Okay.
yeah,
They don't have any great leaders who have done that. They can ask for maybe I have a consultant to come in. Nobody. Nobody knows
yeah,
better. Then the second thing comes down to organization. Now, I'm also a leader of my organization. Do you know
yeah,
how stressed I was at a point of time? Why? I've got 200 team members in different countries. First, China lockdown. I have
yeah,
about 10 team members over there. I've got some who are posted from Malaysia, Singapore to live in China. All of a sudden, they cannot go back home. Am I worried? Of course I am. I have to think of situations whereby now I cannot run my classes because I teach investing classes. The
yeah,
customers are being locked down. They were being locked down. How are they then going to continue the business? Now,
yeah,
next, how are they going to protect their lives? Because I do not know COVID. What if they have gotten
yeah,
COVID? They're going to come home.
yep,
So things like that I have to consider. Next would be, I thought it's only China. No, it's spread. Malaysia is being locked down. Then after that, Singapore is being locked down. Now, what happens then to all the participants who had paid the deposit or paid the fees, and I was supposed to run the programs? Now,
Yeah.
at that point of time, what was my major concern was I can't deliver. When I can't deliver, what's going to happen? People will ask for refund, and which means the money has to be given back to them, which also means the company probably has to go bankrupt, which also means 200 people plus 200 families are going to lose their jobs. Can you imagine the impact that's on people's lives? So this is where I have got to start to make a decision. No, what is the
Yeah.
decision that we are going to make? So since Chinese New Year at that point of time, right? First, it was China. So during the Chinese New Year in 2020, I wasn't celebrating Chinese New Year. I was coming up with this thing, what we call the crisis management plan, business continuity plan. Yeah, I actually started before anything that happens to Malaysia and Singapore. So thankfully for that, I started my business continuity plan because China started to have the lockdown first. So I was just thinking what happens to China and what happens if it comes to Singapore, right? So I have all the scenario A, B, C, everything all planned out. Okay.
Yeah.
But my ABC in the end didn't work because I didn't expect the whole world to lock down.
Yeah.
I've got plan A, I've got a plan B, I've got a plan C. But those are the plans where there are other markets that I can go to. In the end, everyone, the whole world was locked down, and then my ABC didn't work. What I knew from the past didn't work. So it's only during that time in March, we started to come up with all the plans that everybody also, I think, come up with the same thing of going to like webinar jam, the
Yeah.
Zoom, and everything online. And 24/7, we were working just to see how we can continue the business. And we make a lot
Yeah.
of decisions, maybe bad decisions, but we
Yeah.
try and error. But I must say that is the best time that the team came together. We have a common objectives and we learn just like that. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's why I say I really love this COVID that
Yeah.
stretch and really bring us to some place which we have never thought of. See, can you imagine how human beings are? Frankly speaking, we can we can really stretch our mind to whatever that we never thought that we could be. So this is how leaders will make the decision. I think basically we have the resilience, we have the perseverance, we really don't give up, the never say die attitude. We definitely must make it, and that really put us to making decisions after decisions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
And
And me sharing on that.
I think I
Yeah.
will add on one more thing, that for you to be a great leader, to make a great decision, it takes a lot of courage,
Mm.
responsibility, and also experience. So I think I will still believe in you need to stick with a good leader long enough to learn how they deal with people.
Yeah.
Easier for you to be the observer and beside them to learn something how they deal with it than
Yes.
you yourself in front and deal with it, because now you like watching a movie, and
Yes.
then all the narrow the real situation. So nothing beat mentor in life, and I still believe deeply about education, and I'm sure Pauline will agree with me on this, that education and mentor will pass you a lot of experience that
Yeah.
even got money cannot buy.
Yes.
So yeah,
Really.
so great decision also come from learning and experience
Yeah.
as well.
Yes. I think that experience that we came about, but that learning, of course, it was built up.
Yeah.
The key thing about, like, for example, using Teams, using Zoom, using Webinar Jam, those were very new. Yeah, even the
Yeah.
tech people didn't know how to do it as well, and we still
Yeah.
have to turn our programs, our games into online breakout sessions. How do we facilitate the breakout sessions? We have never
Yeah.
done it before. Yeah, things like that. So
Yeah.
I would say it's really cool at a point of time. I really appreciate, and I have my most learning experiences over there as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Me
I
too.
think we got some questions we got
Yes.
to really answer. Yeah. So I think we have answered like how to enhance decision making as a leader, and how we prepare ourselves to take responsibility for our decisions in life and work. Yeah. So maybe we
Yeah.
go to the next one. Why do we hesitate, fear, or lack the courage to make decisions and follow through in our lives? Wow.
Mm.
Hmm. Actually,
Have you had
this
that
question,
problem before?
precisely, this is something I want to ask you, Ni. I think these kind of things don't happen to us.
No, yeah. You
Really.
see, I have always realized that when you
Mm,
make decision,
yes.
if the team success is a credit from everyone, but if it fail, you take the blame. And I think that's something that leader as us, we train
Mm,
well to
yes.
realize that's how it is, you know.
Yeah.
You choose to be a leader, this is what you have to deal with. And
Yes.
you have to take certain hit. Just say like if the piece of paper will get burned one and it become trash, like dash, right? Like whatever. But if you're going to burn a stone, it take you a lot longer and it take you a lot kind of fire to burn that stone.
Mm,
Does that make sense for you? So I think as a leader, we born with it. At the same time, we
yeah.
train to the level of responsibility that beyond normal people can take. And
So we
like
are
I say,
blindfold.
yeah, yeah, right. Like it's not easy to burn us just by say something hurtful or whatsoever. I think
Yes.
people have to take a lot more to
Mm,
destroy a leader.
yes. I think this is the key thing. I think we said something that why do we hesitate? Frankly speaking, there's no hesitation
No,
for us.
yeah,
Fear, I must say, is there fear? Definitely there's some fear. I
yeah,
will not say there's no fear at all. Okay, because every great leaders, we do have the fear, like let's say just now I mentioned regarding the COVID time. What's my fear? My
yeah,
fear is the livelihood of everyone in my organization, right? So this is that the fear. I have to take the responsibility, right? All the
yeah,
founders and every one of us, we cannot let them lose the job. Okay,
yeah.
so then the lack of courage. I don't think we have the issue of the lacking
You
of
know,
courage. I mean, it's
yeah,
just business. I don't need to die, right? Okay, it's not asking me to like jump down from 18th floor.
yeah,
Okay, so without any harness or whatever. I mean, with a harness, maybe I would jump down from 18th floor, okay. But without anything, you ask me to jump down, no, I'm not going to do something like that. But we don't have the thing about lack of courage. So this is the difference, I would say, the fundamental difference of me that with the rest of the people probably who really can't be a leader is we really do not let fear rule us.
mm,
We definitely have that courage to really do whatever that we need to do because we are very clear on the mission that we are in, on the goals and the vision. This is what we call the clarity. Once we have that clarity, whatever that comes, me, we will just handle it. Okay,
yeah,
it will just, it's like we are in a game. I'm not sure many of you like to play games, right? We have the objective. So when the monster come, we just fight. When the other monster come, we'll just fight. And
yeah,
then let's say we need help. Then we guys source for the sorcery to get some
yeah,
help, kind of thing.
yeah,
So it's the same thing, right?
yeah.
So we never hesitate and all this. Yeah.
It's like I love to compare leadership like with mixed martial art because I feel it's the same.
Mm.
You just get better by on the floor and
Mm.
roll with people or kickboxing or whatsoever. You know, the more you practice it, the more you get better with.
Yes.
And
Yes,
the
yes.
same
Yep.
thing, people become a good worker because they work every day as a worker,
Mm.
as the employee. But the leader is the same. We every day have to do the same thing. And I'm sure Pauline
Yeah.
will be the same. For me, every morning I open my eyes. If I decide to touch my work phone, we have 100 email that I need to respond,
Yeah.
right? It means people come to you only when they have a problem.
Yes.
And as a leader, you have to solve the problem for people. That's it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know anything else to definition of that. And if you cannot make answer the decision, like give a decision, great decision, help other people solve the problem, then
Mm.
you're not a leader.
Precisely.
It's
And
simple.
yeah, what I love about our business, people would ask like, what makes a company profitable and what? It's very simple. We just need to be problem solver and
Mm,
help people in yeah, just be problem solvers. Yeah, and give and provide solution. I'm just a problem solver. I just provide solutions. Once we are able to do that, I tell
yeah,
you, it's always value adding to people. It's always money will just roll in. Yeah,
yeah.
simple as that. Yes. So let's move on to the next one. How can leaders encourage team members to be confident and firm in their decisions?
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. How do you deal with that?
How do I deal with that? Encourage. Okay. Of course, for team members, first of all, to be confident. If they don't have the confidence right from the start, then what we have to do is really to get them to learn how to make decisions. For example, before they make any decision, come to us. Then what I would do is I would challenge them, their thinking. This is what I would do, right? So that I will play the devil's advocate. Okay, it doesn't mean sometimes that their decision is bad, right? It's just that I want to make sure that I play the devil's advocate, that they think in different perspective. Are there blind spots that they have not thought of? It also helps them to learn. So once they hit that, they will know how to make decisions. So
Mm.
a lot of times, frankly speaking, in my previous organizations, my team members are quite afraid to come to me because they know I will ask very sharp and difficult questions. So there will be times they take quite long to come to me. Then I ask, why is it that it takes so long? It's like what they need to do is they know they need to do their homework. They need to do their analysis. They need to come up with different scenarios so that when I ask those questions, they know how to handle it. So this is part and parcel of the process, which I kind of like train my team members and let them know that before they come to me, I would ask very sharp questions and they know after one or two times that they have to do their homework. And the very new ones, what they will do is they will also consult my middle managers, for example, the
Yeah.
GMs, right? So they will ask them, have they like, and go through with them first before they come to me. So that's how we really train up our team members. So as they move along and they get familiar with it, I think the confidence level would definitely go up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, when they make, like, for example, there are certain times I also encourage them, for example, okay, we are going to make this decision. If it's not going to work, it's okay. All right. Yeah. We will take responsibility of it. We will know that the loss, let's say, is going to be this X dollars. Are we prepared to lose this X dollars or to lose this time or to lose this productivity? The moment we know at the back of our mind that, okay, this is the kind of risk that we are going to take, and I think that should be okay for them to know that it is not something that will tarnish their own career or will affect the whole organization and so on, and their confidence level will be boosted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anything to add on, Ni?
I think for me, to let the team member make a decision first, I let them fight first. I mean, I'm sound a little bit very very jungle kind of character in a way, but this is how I believe. The leader
Mm,
always rise up in the group. The
yeah.
leader somehow they will show up in the group. But like first you need to let them in the same environment, give
Mm,
them the same task, let them decide who they respect and be a leader, and then I train that person to make a decision. I don't
mm,
believe that everybody in the organization should make decision. I
yeah.
don't think everybody can make a great decision. And I
Yeah.
think you have to let the other team member respect the person rise up as a leader, and then you coach or you take care or you support that person to make decision.
Yeah.
You give them responsibility, you give them authority, and then also you give them support and training and coaching to give them a chance to make better decision. And
Yes.
also you have to allow them to make mistake and failure. If they make mistake and failure, you also have, you should not embarrassing them in front of the team. You should
Yeah.
talk to them privately. You should take the responsibility in front of the team. That
Mm,
is my decision, and it doesn't mean that you protect that person, but you just try to let that
mm,
person in the future they have more confidence and courage to let other to the next generation to be a leader again. So that's how it is I've been done and it worked for me, because I find that not everybody can be a leader,
mm,
not everybody can run a business, not everybody should make decision.
yeah.
If they make a bad decision, they may lead the whole team to the horrible situation that it was that is supposed to be, and other people have to come in and clean it up, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's how I see it.
I think the decision, what I'm looking at is there are always decisions to be made.
Yeah,
So we are not talking about every decision is a great decision or big decision or small decisions. We can always train our team members to make small decisions.
yeah,
Yeah, empower them. to make small decisions such that they get the confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I would do for the young people. Let's say they
Yeah.
first join, they don't make decisions yet. Then after 1 or 2 months, they say, okay, this kind of decisions you can make. Yeah, small ones. Then slowly they build up, build up, build up, build up, and build up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to also, this is part of the, I would say, the training that we need to give for our team members so that they will know what kind of decisions they can make, at which juncture. Yeah. So these are things we will develop them over time.
Yeah.
Hey, great. Now, the next part then would be, now that we have encouraged our team members, well, the next question that's listed down here is, how can individuals in a well-provided but option-saturated generation motivate themselves to make proactive decisions for breakthroughs? Wow. Who came up with this question? It's so difficult. Wow.
Who give us this kind of headache question?
Yeah, I cannot make decision anymore. Okay, how can individuals in a well-provided but option-generated generation? Well, I would say there are times where they have to take the humble pie lah. Okay, what I mean by a humble pie. Yes, I'm not sure about Vietnam though, but in Singapore, we probably have a lot of self-entitled children. Okay. I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's just that probably we have quite a good environment, and many of our millennials, Gen Z, have grown up in a quite well provided, sheltered environment. And I would say that's why I meant like the COVID does give this generation a little bit of a probably challenge, setback when for those who actually first started out to work, and for those who maybe are schooling at a higher level. So I think this is the part that they need to know, that when they make decisions, they need to be prepared to accept this word. I don't like to use this word, but probably some of you will say failure. Yeah, setbacks, rejections. Okay, so these are the things that they have to be prepared. Okay, once they are able to do it, it's just they would have breakthrough. But if they are being rejected with let's say ideas, and they make a wrong decision and they start to have setbacks, they cannot take it. Really, this is something that they have to learn, no matter what. Yeah. How about you, Ni?
Yeah, I think motivate is something that I don't think I will humbly say I'm not trying to motivate anyone. I think my bigger competition is myself. And over years, I realized that you can't change anyone if they don't want to change their life. So I stopped doing it, and I just do my best as example, at demonstration, as a leader that show up and let them see how I live my life.
Yeah.
And yes, some people really need coaching, but I think some people have enough coaching but don't want to change. Right? And as the leader, how much you can influence other, how much you can motivate other. It comes to the day they just get sick and tired of you. They just and I'm in that state right now, to be honest. I'm in a state of the last 6 years. People all about myself, but I'm in a state right now of the transition that I bring more master come to Vietnam, because I know it's time for me to step back and support other master to support the country, because people will get bored at you after for a while, like your children. You say the same thing every day, they're not interested anymore. So in the organization is the same. I think that's why we need a third person to say something, or fourth person to say something, because the word will be more encouraging and more powerful when you do it. So for me, again, I don't think anyone can custom make for other people how their life should be. The end, you just have to live your life and demonstrate.
Yes.
Yeah. And that
All right.
people make the choice for themselves.
Yes. Really. We just need to be able to take responsibility for the decisions that we make. So once we are able to accept the consequences and take responsibility for it, even if it's a wrong decision, we quickly go and change it. We quickly go and fine tune it. and see what are the thing, what else are the things that we can do. So I
Yes.
think this is something that every decision. I mean, we learn from it. Okay, we have made bad decisions before, and me, we just it's like life decisions. So the life decisions we made very wrong decisions, right, Nee? Okay, with
Yes.
that
We
decision we
also
can
not make perfect decision, guy.
so that already we make not so good decision, so
Yeah, and a lifetime kind of decision. So yeah.
yeah.
Wait,
So
talk
you
about that.
see,
We should do another episode about that. Like how do leader deal with make wrong decision in relationship? I think that should be. We need few episode for that because it's like
uh,
a non a never end of conversation. But yeah,
yeah,
but with joke aside, yes, we all make certain decision that now we look back, we're like, why the heck on that moment I make this decision? I don't get it, and the consequence is so bad that up to now I still have to deal with it. I don't get it, you know.
I think mine is better. Okay. So I would say if it's 20 over years ago, will I still make that decision? I think probably yes at the point of
Yeah.
time. Right. Yeah. But things have changed. Mine is slightly different situation from me. Okay. It's just that after that, I have to make another decision. All right.
Yeah.
It's just that over time things change, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
So different situations. Yeah. So next one. Then if how do you make decisions when faced with too many options? Wow, how I wish there are too many options for me.
Me too. I never find any most option for my case. Most is like I create my own option. But
Yeah,
most of option on the table is useless. You see, people think option is like, oh, you can do this option A because the person do this before, person B do this before. You can choose this option as well. C, you can do this before because person do this as well. But in my head is, if so many people do so many options, how about the result? I want to
yeah,
know the result after they make that option of the
yes,
decision, because if that's the result that they have for their life, I don't want, or for their
yeah,
business, I don't want, right? So
yes, yes,
I think people care too much about option, but they don't care about the result they want to make after that.
yes. We always like to say this, right? Results don't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always about the results. Like when I want to make a decision, I will say, what are the consequences, right? Of
Mm.
course, there is sometimes certain decisions that have to be certain trade-offs, right? But it doesn't mean that every time there must be trade-offs. I
Yeah.
always don't. A lot of times people would say this or that. Then I always ask, how come it cannot be this and that? Why must we
Yeah.
choose an or? I would choose an
Yeah.
and.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we have a form of a different thinking. Probably me and me, we are in that same zone of thinking where anything is possible. Yes,
Yeah.
as long as we put our heart, mind, and soul to really do it. So next one would be, why do today's youth need career guidance and struggle with making life decisions? How should parents teach their children to address these issues? Well, I have to say one thing. Why do today's youth need career guidance and struggle? Can I change this word? It's not just youth. Actually, I interacted with so many different groups of people. I want to say one thing is the youth has no issues.
Yeah.
I'm sad to say, do you know who has issues? People of my age group, born in the 70s and the 80s, all right, who are in the 40s, 50s years old, actually have an issue,
Yeah.
not the youth. I kind of like find that this doesn't happen to the youth. I'm sorry, but I've got two 20 odd years old children. And and I know of my daughters like boyfriends and their friends, and they know what they want. The young people, okay, and they know how to make their life decisions. They will do this, they will do that. I see that they make life decisions, although sometimes very rash, but at least they make their life decisions. Do you know who
Yeah.
are the ones that I find that they don't really make their life decisions and they are at a struggle and they don't know what they want? All right, really, they do not know what they want. Okay, they know what they don't want, but they do not know what they want. It's a very sad thing. It's those people who are in the 40s, 50s, born in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the people who I've been counseling and
Yeah.
coaching. Yeah, people of my age group. Sad to say, after 20 over years, they thought, oh, I thought I went to work in an organization. I mean, I studied And after that, I work. Some of them has got degrees, some of them do not have degrees. So after working for some time, they want to get their degree. And after working for 20 over years, they start to realize that their life, they are at a loss. They do not know what they want to do. If they were to stop work, do they like their work? They actually do not really like. Do they want to live life as per like that? They kind of like, oh, okay lah, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
they do not know what they want to do in their lives, and they are at a loss. Really,
Yeah.
at a loss. So this is the part that I think I need to share with people, which is of my age group, how to make life decisions at this point, because they do not understand one thing. We are only like in our 40s. The life
Yeah.
expectancy in Singapore, and I believe in Vietnam in future, will be 80 over 90 years old. We are
Yes,
only
yes.
almost half mark only, Then how
Oh
about
my
the other
God,
lives?
so long. I'm in
Oh,
my I'm in my 30 and I'm telling myself, oh my God, since that's long, I have to leave. Oh my God. I don't want to live too long.
is it?
You know,
I'm always very happy living. I'm like, I'm happy to live until 100 over years old,
I
because
think
there's
because I hit, maybe is it called my midlife crisis for me? But I find like I hit the state that I achieve everything too quick, I guess. It gave me lost what is the next thing I want to do for the next 50 years. I cannot teach everything for 50 years, right? So I'm in that, really, I'm in the moment of what I want to do next beside of what I've been doing.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So that is something that I'm dealing for the last few months with myself.
I see, I
The
see.
what
So
next kind of thing.
you see, I've done, as I told you, my life is always like a decade, 10 years in
Yeah.
education, 10 years I'm doing things on, let's say, wealth management, 10 years now I'm going into health. And also, part of it is in the next, probably after these 10 years, then probably next decade, I've another thing that I've already thought of what is going to be that phase in life.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm mental too, because I've been do this YouTube thing 2019 to now how long? 9,
5
21,
years,
24.
about
So
five
yeah,
years.
almost 6 year,
Yeah,
almost 6 year now.
yeah,
So it mean I'm hitting the direction of what next chapter of my
yes,
life, right?
yeah.
So I think that's what I'm going through right now. Beside of, because when I set up this, I would thought it take me 20 years, then my
Uh,
video will get viral. You know how far I set myself
yeah,
that
yeah,
goal, because
yeah.
in my head I'm like nobody interested in education. They want to watch all the nonsense shit lah, I say, but this is what I love. I say, okay, then just do it, right? And then
Yeah,
when after I do, I like, oh, actually, it's not 20 years, it's 10,
yeah,
2 years already got result.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
because of that, now I'm have to plan. Oh no, I planned for 20 years, then now I have to plan another plan, right? What next? Like the
Yes,
other why I continue do what next. So I think that's the
correct.
thing.
So that's why my why is always very clear. It's always
Yeah,
about impacting people's lives in different
yeah,
ways, and which is the reason why I just have like the 10 years, the 10 years, the 10 years, and it has got to do with my own life stages as well. What I'm interested in impacting
yeah,
myself. So when I can impact myself, I can impact other people's as well.
yeah,
So this is one of the key thing. How should then parents teach their children to address this issue? For me, it's a case where, I mean, since young, I allow my kids to make the decisions,
mm,
and I let them take the responsibility of the decisions that they make. I
mm,
don't take the responsibility. So
mm,
since young, once they are able to take their responsibility, okay, it's either they will learn one of the two things. All right. I do not want to take responsibility, and I always want to make decision. They are scared.
mm,
Okay. Second is, oh, I love to take charge of my life, and I love that feeling of taking responsibility of it, and I know how to make good decisions. So as parents, we have to identify which one our kid belong to, and
yeah,
always let them understand that they have to learn how to make decisions with their responsibility. But that one, in order for them to learn, one person must definitely demonstrate it, and that person is me as a
yeah,
parent. Parents must demonstrate to say that when we make a decision, the parents take responsibility of it, the kids will follow. Simple as that. We are the role model. Yeah.
yeah.
How about you, me? Yeah.
So I think I will choose myself to be a leader and not the mom whenever we're young to
Mm.
her. And I think that's a very painful decision I have to make. I
Mm.
think not because I don't love her. I still give her the love of the care of the mom in private, but
Mm.
in public or in life decision, when every time, because mom loves the children different what leader love the team member, right?
Yes.
You always don't want the children to hurt. You want to take the pain for them. You want to suffer, help them so they don't have to suffer. And I realized that's a beautiful thing as a mom, but at the same time that
Mm.
I didn't help her as much as human being to build strength. So
Mm.
I still remember the day that I make that decision is when she get urine infection.
Ah.
And she was so tiny little piece of human being, she only 1 years old, right? And I remember the nurse and the doctor wrap her away from my hand
Ah.
because they need to book a super big needle in her body to run some tests in the
Okay.
MRI something. And like
All
they book
right.
the whole piece of wood because she is a baby. So she
Yes.
need that needle in her hand to make sure they read something in her body.
Mm.
And when I hear the sound when she go to that room and mommy, 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 it cut me to pieces.
Yes.
Then I realized that, oh shit, for the rest of her life, she will have to face the pain by herself. In
Mm.
this age, she already have to do it. Who am I have the right to take away from her? And even I want to take away from her, I can't. And that is for the first time I feel hopeless as a mom. I feel so pain to stand there to hear the sound of screaming from my baby, but I couldn't run in and help. I'm not saying the nurse and the doctor is a bad person. I'm just saying they have to do their job, right?
Mm.
But at the same time, it's a very big reflect for me that, oh shit, what
Yeah.
should you choose? I choose to be a mom, that I'm going to come in and rap the doctor. Don't do it for my child. Never mind. Let her sick. Don't do that. She pain. Or I'm going to be stand there and say everything will be fine. After this, you will feel better. Because we adult, we remember how the feeling when the needle come to our body, right?
Yeah.
Like even my grandparent when they pass away, I remember they say they rather die than go back to the hospital with another needle. It means
Yes.
you come to the point that your body everywhere is needle and it's painful
Yeah.
and then you rather die, right? And it's so much suffer for that. So and then I'd make a decision that I'm going to teach her to be strong and have a
Mm.
strength to take care of herself, to face the pain on herself. And yet I have to stand in the corner and cry as a mom that let her face that and have that experience for herself and learn how she's going to decide her life and how she's going to deal with all the pain and suffer and all that. So that's how I inherited back to her in my personal decision I make, that I say I will always choose to be her leader, lead
Mm.
by example, be a role model, live a life that I want to live,
Mm.
desire a life that I want to live, and let her, see that as a follower. So
Mm.
like to decide for herself. So I tell you the story very near, like few weeks ago only. So we decided to download the app called Duolingo and learn together, right? So because she been promising me she will learn Vietnamese, she didn't. And then she make it become a competition. She like, mommy, if I'm start learn Vietnamese, you start learn Mandarin. Okay?
Wow.
Because she learned Mandarin in school and she want to
Mm.
challenge me. I say, deal,
Okay.
let's do it. And then we download the number, the
Mm.
app, and then she starts have an idea. She's like, mommy, I want to practice Vietnamese. Let me talk to your team member so I can practice my Vietnamese. Right. So
Wow.
she will add all her, which is she meet my people, right? She meet all the team members, so she remember their name. They have a group chat so she can practice Vietnamese. And I tell all my team member, don't text to her English, only Vietnamese. Her job is to have to figure out how to talk to you guys, right? So she exciting for this kind of game. For her, it's like, wow, so cool, so fun. Then she asked me, and I teach her how to use Google Translate. I teach her how to use ChatGPT to
Uh,
learn Vietnamese. And after I teach her for 2 minutes, she do it so quick, like copy and paste, and then know, and then listen, and then read, and then type. I'm like, what the heck? Kid is so smart. I was scared. I was shocking. I'm
yes.
like, what? So why you so quick, right? And you only be two. And then I
Mm.
told her, I say, Eva, mommy's so worried that one day I will be lazy and stop learning. Then I will don't cannot keep up with you. So when I
Yeah.
grow old, if I lazy, can you just tell me to study? Can you just tell me to learn more? Please tell me, okay, if I become a lazy person. Then this is what she say. She say, no, mommy, I will never ask you to do that. Then I was shocked. I was like, why? I told you my daughter, you my team, you should support me. I said, mommy, you remember you tell me that I have to do whatever I want and I should live a life I want. I want you also live a life you want, okay? If you don't want to learn, then don't learn. And I say back, I still crying because I couldn't believe that
Wow.
whatever I've been tell her from 2 years old to now, somehow is singing at this moment.
Yes. You'll be
Like
surprised.
somehow it's really blow my mind away. It's come from her
Yeah.
because I did she just say that to me, And how could she understand what she just say is mean like and it's just 2 weeks ago and it's impact so much in my heart that I realized that a lot of parents don't realize that what you really tell your children is
Mm.
matter.
It
And if you
matters.
keep repeat the same thing, it
Yes.
actually somehow a day it sing, it just
Yeah.
sing, and they just give back to you. And when she say that, I will just hug her and I'll cry like, oh my god, I couldn't believe you say this to me. It's really touching. And so I say this live daily story of how I raised my kid is really changed my perspective of you actually still can be a mother and be a leader for your kid, because
Yes.
if you really show them lead by example, they really will learn it from you. They
Yes.
really. Yeah.
And these are precious life lessons that they won't learn in school. So, as
Yeah.
parents, if we were to share this with them, don't need
Yeah.
to, the way we protect them is to really for them to get ready to face the world.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think me, you have done very well in getting Eva to do that subconsciously. And
Yeah.
she's now like, wow,
8 years
really?
old.
Yeah,
I
8 years old.
surprised. Pauline, trust me, I was shocked as well. I thought she said she don't want to help me, like some kind of, I think she must be selfish. She don't want to help me. But at the
Yeah.
moment she bound back the sentence that I've been giving her, because
Yes.
a lot of times she come back from school and she cry, for example, or
Mm.
she come back from meet the ex and she cry and she will like she feel like she not good enough, or she feel like
Mm.
she need to make me happy. I always tell her, I say, the only job that you don't have to do is make me happy. You also
Yeah.
don't have to financially next time take care of me. I already done everything for myself.
Yes.
I only want you to find what is happiness for you and what
Mm.
passion you want, that you want to make
Yes.
that work for you and create your life and make money and take care of yourself. That's it.
Yep.
I don't want you to be a child that all about chase behind the mom and make her happy. Please create your life, and no matter what, I will support you.
Yeah.
And I think every that's breakdown of melting down from your kid, and you give them that assurance that you will never have this kind of feeling toward me. I want to make sure I will support you to create your life. So go and create your life. And when she give it back to me, it hit different way. It hit in a very surprising, and at the same time that, like I said, like everything is because I divorced when she was 18 months, right? So now
Mm.
she 8. So it's for the last 6 years, I will always doubt of am I do it right,
Mm.
because when I choose to be a single mom, it's a very big step for me when it's mean I'm going to raise her up. I'm a dad and a mom at the same time. So it's like, am I do it right? Every time I share with her something, that question will always come up. And last 2 weeks she that still hit me up to this today. you know it's make me realize so much of it is matter. You really have to tell your kid a lot of things and they
Mm.
really listen to you
Yeah.
unsubconsciously.
So this is where you can see that as leaders, all right, as
Yeah.
mothers, we are leaders as well. And
Yes.
when we are able to make the great decisions, we are able to also train, share, develop people around us, including our children, to be
Yeah.
great leaders in their own right.
Yes. I
So,
agree.
This is a very good story for us to end our session for today. And how
Yes.
time flies, right? I know you
Yeah.
are having a good time joining us. If you are, remember to like and subscribe to our channels, whether it's my channel or NhiLe's channel. Both channels, just subscribe, and we are going to bring you more content. If you have any topics on leadership that you would like to know, feel free to write in the comments, and we'll bring this topic and share more with you. Right? And
Bye.
bye. See you next week.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both Pauline channel and my channel, and also this channel. If you love
All
what you're
right.
watching, please share it, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yes. Bye.